Welcome back to the show. Now, before we went to the break, we chatted to Aslam Mahomed. He's the coach of Zahra. We're going to now talk about her story, her plight, and I know that she wants to go overseas and needs some funding for that. And I think it's important as a community that we actually support such moves. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, Zahra is one of your students, if I can call it that, and she's got a challenging story at the moment, and that's she needs to go abroad, and she's been developing as a person within her fraternity of martial arts, but she needs that funding to go abroad. But before we get to that, Zahra, tell us a bit about her and her story.
Zahra is a 9-year-old child who's turning 10 now, and she's been training for the past 4 to 5 years.
She's 9 to 10 and she's training for 4 to 5 years, so she started when she was 4.
4.
That's quite early.
It's quite early. We don't push students to grade. She's a purple belt in 5 years of training.
Where does it fit in on the spectrum? Sorry, I don't know the martial arts thing. Okay. So I know you start off with white.
Right. Well, from white you go to yellow, yellow to orange, orange to green, green to blue, blue to purple. Then you get your purple 1, 2, 3, then a red, brown 1, 2, 3, and then black belt.
That's a long process.
Yeah.
How long does that take?
You know, it's on the individual capacity and type of instructors.
Okay, so you're definitely black belt. Means I've got to stay as far as possible. I can see that one.
So it's like I say, it's martial arts is living. It's a lifestyle. So it's black belt is only the start of your martial arts career.
Why do you say so? Is it this whole thing about achieving a particular point that then defines the way that you lead your life after that?
When you reach a black belt, for example, all the belts, the build up to the black belt, a lot of people, like the general public, are, oh, you're a black belt, so you must be very good. Yes, you are very good, but you only start learning as from a black belt. I'm not saying you don't know, but that's the way we look at it.
Is that the lifestyle component?
Yes.
It's not the actual eating and kicking and those things. It's the lifestyle component.
Exactly.
It's understanding what you went in for.
Myself, maybe an 8-degree black belt, but I'm still a student. I'm still, till the day we depart from this world, we're still students of martial arts.
It's a very interesting one. So Zahra now starts at 4 years old. She's 4 or 5 years into this already. Tell us a bit about her development and where she's going.
She's been participating in tournaments after tournaments. She's participated in her provincial tournaments. She's participated in the SA championships. She's selected and nominated as a team member for the South African team participating at the World Championships. Zahra, as a student, as a child, she has a lot of manners. She's very humble. She's very quiet child. If you see her in school or that type of thing, you'll never expect that this child does martial arts.
So try and attack her, you're just not sure what's going to come your way.
You expect the unexpected.
Correct, yes.
And she's been training. She's working very hard. But to go on tour, it's costing plus minus 30,000 rands to go on tour. And remember, you can't send a child alone.
What benefit has this tour got on her career as a martial arts practitioner, if I can call it that?
Only going on tour, just to be there representing your country is something. It's an achievement on its own. To go to the actual World Championship and to be around thousands and thousands of people and to be fighting and demonstrating, that on itself is a huge achievement, leave alone winning the World Championship.
I don't want to draw any comparatives between other students and that sort of thing, but I want to look at Zahra. Does she stand out from the normal crowd that puts her in line to actually go for this?
Yes, I mean, Zahra has proven herself. She's proven herself.
What is it that you as a coach see in her that defines her and separates her from everyone else, with all due respect to the other students?
You see, as a coach, you look at students and see who is hungry for the knowledge, who wants to attain as much as they can from the coach. Zahra as a student will always ask you questions. She'll come up, tell me, can I perfect this technique?
So it's not I'm going off to school to martial arts lessons, I have to go because my parents send me. It's not that for her. What you see, she's imbibing this entire thing in her lifestyle.
Exactly. She's doing it on her own accord. She wants to do it. She will always, like, I'm here on a 3-day seminar. I I came down for the 3-day seminar. Zahra is waiting outside class, waiting for us to enter, warming up, keeping ready, practicing, keep on practicing. And that's what practice makes perfect. And Zahra is one of the students that shows this enthusiasm towards the sport.
Do you think going down the line that attending the event internationally actually adds an impetus to who she may become later on down the line, even if she does not come back with anything?
Even if they don't, I mean, you're fighting over 20 countries, you're fighting the best of each country. So, I mean, even if you win a few fights, and if you don't come out first at the World Championship, if you don't come out in the top 3, but you fought the best of 20 countries.
Aslam, tell us a bit about that event and where does it fit into the martial arts fraternity? How big of an event is it, so that we can understand and our viewers can understand why it's important for us to get Zahra to go there?
The event is hosted in an area called Rugby in Warwickshire in England. It's on the 16th, 17th and 18th.
Is that the usual event, location, or is it a moving?
It moves from country to country. This is the first event that's going to be hosted in UK. It's the first WMO World Martial Arts Championship. And there's a gentleman who's doing the event. It's all computerized. They are well updated by the name of Gordon Burcham. He's hosting the event for WMO. And the secretary who keeps in contact with us and keeps us updated all the time is Donna Lewis, who's the wife to Master Elfie Lewis.
So she goes down there. This is happening in October, I think. Preparations must be made before the time. What is it that she actually requires from our viewers to help her do this?
Basically, she has the ability of doing very well at the World Championships. The only thing that's lacking is financial support.
What type of financial support? I know that for these type of events, we look at approximately 30, 40, 50 grants for that. What is she actually looking at? Because some of our viewers sitting back there definitely would be thinking that they need to support this kind of thing because you're actually supporting the development of a particular child in various spheres. So I think it's important that our viewers get in touch with that.
Yep. I mean, it's costing 30,000 rands per student on average to go for the World Championships. Because remember, we are paying in pounds, and our currency is not fantastic because it's like close to 19 times our rand for £1. And an event is like £50, which is like 900 rands, 950 rand to 1,000 rand per event. And a student like Zahra takes part in 4 or 5 events.
And she could end up making South Africa proud, and I think that's what people need to understand.
Fantastic, that's true, and that's what we need. We need students. You see, the problem here is you got students with talent, but they do not have the financial backing to go and show their talent overseas. So a lot of the time, the good fighters remain behind.
I know just before the show you spoke to me about the fact that here's a fundraising little campaign for Zahra, and if we get an X amount of funds coming into that, then the surplus would be used for other underprivileged children, and who knows, a fund might just be officially created for that. Is that a long-term plan of your organization?
That is our long-term plan. Our long-term plan is to develop the sports martial arts and kickboxing in South Africa. It's to get the fundraising in, you need money in order to uplift the sport. You need finance, and a lot of the finance in the sport is done on an individual basis. So by companies coming out or individuals, every small amount helps to get these children uplifted, to get them proper gear, to get them out there, to get them to local tournaments. For example, a tournament from students from Durban to participate in Johannesburg, it costs money. Now we've taken a team to go and participate in a SACA championship, which we are affiliates to. The SACA stands for the South African Kickboxing Association, which we are affiliated with. United Martial Arts is affiliated with SACA, which in turn is affiliated with MASA. MASA is Martial Arts South Africa. And these are accredited organizations by our government. Now, in order to get them, you have protocols, you have standards to attain. So you need finance to get them to local championships, then to get them to international championships.
I know some viewers out there are probably thinking that we raise funds for many issues and things that are happening in the world. and there are many detrimental things happening in the world today. And there are people that are suffering from poverty and various other inflictions that are going on. And they would be asking, so why should I put my money on this? This is my viewpoint. I want to get your viewpoint on that. My viewpoint is that there are people collecting money for various things around the world. So, and there are various people that are developing various things in the world. I think to support someone like Zahra and what she's doing is actually supporting the development of a young lady that could become something down in the future. We don't want our kids on the roads anymore. We don't want them using drugs. We don't want them involved with all kinds of things. So the only way to do that is to offer alternatives. So that's my answer. And this is offering alternatives to someone's life.
I agree with you 100%, Faizal. To give a child an alternative, to sit behind a cell phone or behind an iPad or behind a computer.
We all complain about that.
You know, and here is a child that's willing to take the opportunity and to go out there and train and develop and reach her goal, her dream. This is a child's dream that you're talking about. I know there's floods happening, there's earthquakes happening throughout the world, and you say, no, but why must I help this child? Why I'd rather send money down the other way? But you are also helping an individual. You are helping your country. You are helping a child to develop, to attain their goal in life.
She could end up helping many other people in the future, and I think that's a focus. Aslam, just as a parting shot on your side, just some advice to some youth out there that wants to get involved with what you guys do as a passion.
This is definitely, I'm driven by passion. I'm not driven by finance or anything like this, because it's not a paying. It's not a paying sport, basically. You
almost thought you said it's not a pain, because it is a bit of a pain to me.
No.
Doing some funny things.
No, everyone that's in the sport are driven by passion. We're definitely driven by passion. Reason being is that, let me give you a good example. We got one of our students, and this is why I'm telling people to get involved in these type of sports. In today's lifestyle, a recent incident over Easter, we had one of our pupils, a 10-year-old child named Hannah, who's from our Durban dojo, was with her mum at one of the affluent shopping centers here in a car park. The mum had a handbag with money inside.
In the Durban region.
In the Durban region. And it was towards the evening. They were going. They had there were 6 kids in the car. 4 males parked right next to them and went in and tried to kidnap the mum and take her handbag and money and everything. Basically an attempted robbery. To their surprise, this 10-year-old child jumped out of the car, go grab her mum and fight them. I mean, physically fight them, kick and punch and stand and scream and shout. These are things that she learned, to scream, shout, create an attention.
10 years old.
A 10 years old female fought off 3 to 4 men. Obviously, physically, they would overpower her. But the self-confidence that was instilled in this child, she fought off 4 men and created an awareness, started screaming. Other kids started screaming. The mom started screaming. Other people that were watching started screaming as well. Eventually, the robbers fled.
Of course.
And she helped her mother save her mother's life.
I think it's an absolutely amazing story. I think it's one of the reasons why we need to get our youth involved in what you're doing. I think it's important going forward. We need to move away from the iPad. I don't want to mention any brands, but yes, iPad, Galaxy, all these kind of things that kids are sitting on. I don't think that that's where they need to be. They need to be in the dojo with people like you, so that they can have a more fulfilled and balanced lifestyle going forward. So, Aslam, we commend what you're doing, and we hope that our supporters will support you in what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
And I say, on my last words, I want to welcome and wish the team, the WMO South African team, all the best for the World Championships. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you, the Faizal Sayed Show and Dean TV, for allowing us this opportunity to come and show us how to.
It's a pleasure. We only try to do what we do. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Aslam Mahomed, and the story of Zahra and his story of martial arts and why you should be getting involved. And if you cannot get involved yourself, at least support Zahra so that she can do what she does best. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.